All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we are going to be taking the S650 Mustang GT back to the scales to see how much the car weighs after doing some more weight reduction. We have a target race weight of 3,500 pounds after everything is done to this vehicle, and I personally think we can achieve that goal. Let's see what this car weighs after going ahead and making some tweaks compared to my previous weight video. Now, what we're working with are some Ford Star F14 fronts, 17 by 4.5, and we do have some ET front bias ply tires. These are 26/417, and we also have some Ford Star F14 rears, 17 by 10, and these are ET Street R's, 305/4517. We have done some exhaust dumps after the CDH pipe. Still has stock manifolds with the caps removed, and I did go ahead and pull out the passenger seat, but we still have the rear seats. Hopefully we can see 3580 right now with me outside the car after this weight reduction. Previously the car was over 3,600 pounds. I think we're gonna be around the 3580 range. Hopefully I'm right. If I'm wrong, it's all good because we still have some weight reduction plans. Brakes, we're also gonna go ahead and get a lighter driver's seat, and we are going to be potentially doing the rear brakes if we can't get this car to the 3,500 pound range after the power adder is added. Still have some more to do as well, but more on that in a different video. 3, 2, 1. We're at half a tank of gas, which is perfect because that is how much I'm going to have in the tank at all times with the power adder. So let's see. Station, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we can achieve our target weight today. I'd like to see 3580. I think that's reasonable. If it says 3,600 pounds flat, I'd be okay with that because it's probably realistically around like 3,590-ish, but I believe the CAT scale is probably gonna weigh up. But the reason I want to have this car 3,500 pounds range with me in it after it is boosted is because I want the car to be roughly around 350 to 500 pounds lighter than other cars that have similar setup, potentially making around the same power, just so this car can actually be competitive. Because we are manual, it doesn't have the same power band as the Shelby GT350. I am 100% going to need the weight out the car to compensate. But I do think this car, 3,500 pounds race weight at around probably 850 wheel, theoretically should run similar times to the Shelby GT350, maybe even faster, because I will not have to shift it 2 times to get to 130. Only have to shift it once or not at all. But again, the power band is very different. The gear ratios are different. It could be just as fast, if not as fast, because I actually have raced a car with honestly a similar setup horsepower wise that this car is going to make, and it actually could not come around the Shelby, which I was a little surprised about. But at the same time, this is a Gen 4 versus Gen 3, and I think based off of how this car has performed and the draggies, I think this will be a little bit quicker, should be a little bit quicker if I'm going off of my own data, because I already dragged this car, this setup, and it's actually faster than what it dragged last year with all the seats out the car, but it did have the 18-inch front runners and it had the full exhaust. But the temperature was 10 degrees, actually over 10 degrees warmer, and the DA was, I believe it was either 500 or 400 DA difference, which is pretty massive, I'm not gonna lie, especially if we're talking about, like, you know, 80 plus degrees and over 2000 DA. Like, that is not ideal at all for, you know, a manual Mustang. So the fact that it went faster, I think we can put some work in.
A few moments later.
All right, we are coming up on the way station. Dang, it's windy today. I'm coming at a pretty early time because I gotta be back at the setup in under 2 hours. I want to get this done today, right now. Have a little bit of time. Really hope this car is in the 35s right now. I really do, because then we will be right on schedule, right on target. I probably could have went around, damn, potentially. I'm about to say, if he was going to the scale, I was gonna be like, all right, brother, I'll wait. I did not want to be that guy this morning, especially because it's Friday. I know these fellas are probably trying to get where they need to be so they do not have to be on the road over the weekend. We are on the scale too. I feel it move. All right, y'all. First way. 1. we go, guys. We got it. We got the car weighed. Let's hope it's 3,500 pounds. All right. We got her weighed. Let's see how much this car weighs. Hopefully I didn't wake anybody up. But to be fair, it is past 10 p.m. A little past 10 p.m. Not 10 p.m. Oh my gosh. 10 a.m. It's definitely less packed at this hour for sure. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna catch you in a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just got the slip and we are right on target, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, a little bit lighter. I think we are going to be able to achieve our 3,500 pound race weight with the power adder, no issues. And that's absolutely amazing. All right, it is later in the day. Let's go over the data. Now, after doing all the weight reduction to the S650 Mustang GT, well, not really all the weight reduction, but a good amount, the car now weighs 3,560, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached our target goal. The goal was to get the car in the 3,500 pound range for the first round of weight reduction modifications and seat removal. Now the next goal is to get it 3,500 pounds range with me inside with a power adder. I think we can do it. I was actually anticipating this car to be around 3,580, maybe even 3,600 pounds flat, but I'm super happy that we were able to reach our goal. Again, this is all done with just F14 rear, 17 by 10, 305/45, 17 ET Street R. We have a 17 by 4.5 front, and these are the Mickey Thompson ET front bias ply tires, and these are the 26/417. We have just the passenger seat removed, OEM driver seat that does have the cooling and it is powered, and we still have the rear seats intact in the car. Absolutely amazing. Can be returned back to full weight in under 60 seconds. Now we also did the exhaust dumps after the H pipe, and we went ahead and shaved off a good amount of weight doing that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know some of you guys are kind of following along with the build with your S650. Very minimal effort. This is just essentially a tune-only car with the cats removed and some weight reduction. But we are going to be kicking it up a notch, turning it up a notch, and getting this car around the 8 to 850 wheel horsepower mark. That is where we're going to keep it at for the time being. I know I've said that in the past with the Shelby GT350 and now the car is almost making 1,000. But with this car, I think we can get it to move pretty good at around 8 to 850. If not, well, we're just gonna have to turn the boost up and pull more weight out of the car, which we are going to do. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications to stay up to date with the build. Hopefully we are going to be getting some runs in with this car while it is still NA. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the last runs in this car when it is NA, but this car is going to be getting boosted within the next couple of days. I will be able to make a video on the Shelby GT350 hopefully within the next couple of days. I should be getting the car back, I'm going to say within the next 7 to 14 days. Should be back in the garage, and this car is going to be headed up to the shop to get its power adder, and I am very excited. Catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.